We have a huge Carlos Correa signing update. We're going to go over whether the Mets are still involved, whether the Twins are looking to get back in there, and a potential mystery team that could be involved in the sweepstakes. So we're going to break that down in this episode of Dugout Digest. What's up, baseball fans? Nick Gosse here, host of Dugout Digest. And before we get into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Your support has been unbelievable. The past couple videos have done really well. We're going to keep pumping out content for you guys. And thank you guys for watching the last one and all the support in the comments. So let's get right into the first, the first bit of news that broke today. And this is kind of the main piece of news. We have a lot to go over. Huge Carlos Correa update, which is the Mets have reportedly grown very frustrated with Carlos Correa negotiations and are now considering walking away. Now, as I said in the last video, at the time, up until today when the news broke, Carlos Correa was seen to be going to the Mets, and all sources pointed towards that. However, as of recently, more news came out, questioning that, and clearly here by Martin on NYC says that the Mets are very frustrated. Now, this could be very, very interesting, as you may be thinking, what other teams could get involved? Is another deal going to fall through? Because obviously the Giants deal fell through, and now it seems the Mets deal is going to fall through as well. So here's another potential team that's going to get in on the action, which is Carlos Correa update from Jim Bowden saying the Twins are back in. There's a possibility the Minnesota Twins come in and pick Correa out from under the Mets' noses. So if you're a Twins fan, you had him last year. He played really well for you guys. You didn't think you were going to be able to re-sign him. And you signed him last year, he clearly passed the physical last year when you guys signed him. So who knows? So maybe you guys, if you're any Twins fans out there, maybe you guys will be able to get Carlos Correa back. Because like I said, he passed the physical with them, so clearly there isn't any issue unless a new issue has arose, which, it's very possible. But I don't know. It's a bit scary because the Mets gave up on him and the Giants gave up on him, so it's very, very weird. But now that the Twins are back on the scene, I know a lot of Twins fans are very happy about that. And maybe a shorter-term deal. That's kind of what I'm going to talk about now briefly is maybe it'll be another 3-year, $90 million prove-it deal just to get, prove that his health is good, and then he'll go back on the market and look for a huge deal. A mega deal that he's going to get after next season. Maybe a 3-year, $90 million deal with a bunch of opt-outs. And me as a Blue Jays fan, as you can see behind me, the Blue Jays merch there, maybe the Jays could get in on it. Now, that is not reported. That's just me speculating. Maybe the Jays could offer him a huge AAV deal. However, of course, they need to focus on signing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette first, but I digress. We'll get into some other screenshots here. This is from MLB Scoops. It says Twins and Mets, the two teams in Correa right now, said to prefer New York, but then later he said what I showed earlier. He's also said this is the mystery team. One team in contact is the Atlanta Braves, as we have reported before. Atlanta Braves. That would be very interesting. Obviously, they lost Dansby Swanson, so him, he could be a very cool replacement for that. And then the final screenshot is Twins have intensified talks with Carlos Correa and Scott Boras in recent hours, uncertain where the Mets stand. And that was an hour ago as of recording this video. So maybe he does end up with the Twins, like I said. And I think the best fit here, you'd think the Mets would be a phenomenal fit for him, but clearly there is something wrong with his physical, and there's some cause of concern. And there's a reason that all these teams are backing out. And it's whether what will be the first team to sign him and pass his physical. Now, obviously, I'm surprised that not Scott Boras, the Mets GM hasn't Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen hasn't went and just gave him a very short AAV short year high AAV deal. It's very odd to me because then you have no risk doing opt out after year 1 and 2, and then after the opt out, even if his physical is poor, he's still going. If he performs well, you can extend him because then you're comfortable with the physical. But if he doesn't perform well, then maybe you back out of it and don't sign him. But at the same time, I don't know. It's very, very weird. I'm surprised the Mets didn't offer him a short-term deal like other teams will. And I would suspect that the Minnesota Twins will offer him maybe a short-term deal with a high AAV with a bunch of opt-outs, similar to the one he signed last year. And then they go from there, and maybe they retain him, which would be really cool if you're a Twins fan. Obviously, the Twins aren't really too competitive right now. So as a Blue Jays fan, I would much prefer him go to the Twins than for the Mets, for example, who could be World Series contenders. And I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting. The Braves, again, were the mystery team that I discussed there, which, according to MLB Scoops, gotten a few things right on Twitter before. Very, very weird and very odd situation. And the Giants just seem to be completely out of the mix, which is very unfortunate. But if you're a Giants fan, but maybe it's for the better, because obviously it wasn't just people were speculating why did the Giants do that. Maybe it was just to get out of the having second thoughts about the money. Clearly not, because the Mets also did the same thing. So I don't know. It's very, very interesting. Let me know your thoughts are in the comment section below, and let me know what kind of content you guys want to see. We have tons of content coming out very soon. We're gonna keep you up to date with all the news. And this Carlos Correa situation, we've been watching it now for a few videos on it, and it's just getting more and more interesting. And hopefully a resolution comes up soon. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new. See you guys later. Cheers.